crushing it Wednesday. They feeling undefeated. Queens of the ring like Christine is. If you get in the ring with Christina, you might catch a beating. Just tune in, you gon' have to see it. Stand up if you with us, if not to be seated. You seen them in every arena. Eddie and Nika, who really got something to fight for. Everybody saying they're the GOAT. Who the one that slayed the Chupacabra? Your favorite girls.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Women Crushing It Wednesdays. How's everybody doing? How's my girl doing?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful.
Me too. I'm doing
How about yourself?
So good. I'm doing great. It's so funny because every time the video comes on, I'm like, okay, which way do I move? Which hand do I move? Like, it's so funny. I'm just like, oh, that's it. No, I'm doing great. So I'm leaving on Saturday to go back home. Been here for 3 weeks. I have 2 weeks off, but I'm gonna go to Austin and I'm gonna go to the Virgil Ortiz fight. So I'm fucking happy. My life is good. My life is really, really good.
Great.
How's the weather out there, girl?
Hot. Oh my God, it's hot. But
it's so funny because the high here today in Colorado Springs was 90. And they're like, oh my gosh, these are some of the hottest like temperatures. But then tomorrow it's going to drop back down. We have thunderstorms and then a cold front coming in next week. And I'm like, you know what? I'm out Saturday. I'm good. I'll be back in Texas. So I'm good.
But I heard Texas is really hot right now too.
Yeah, it's in the hundreds. But I'm used to it.
I think today I went to go get my nails done and stuff like that. It was like 100 today outside. Today.
Yeah. Is it humid, right? It's humid.
Yeah, it's humid. Yeah.
See, it's not humid here at all. And like, there's no mosquitoes. There's no flies. It's good. So I took myself out. I went on a patio. I ate some lunch. I was like, cause we had a half day today. I was like, yeah, I'm about to like enjoy my day today. And it was nice. Oh, Ronnie Bravo. Thank you for being on time. Thank you.
Yogi.
We love you. Waving at you. Love you.
That's
so boxing for P. Jack, I got Sanonis giving a very good account of himself before Virgil gets a late stoppage between rounds 10 and 12. You know what? This is a good fucking matchup. Like, I am so excited. You know, and so I'm going to Austin for a week to visit my son, and I just happen to be around the corner from San Antonio. So, you know, I'm gonna have to go stop in on the fight. You know, I really am. So Riding Yogi, where are you from? You said it's hot there too. Ronnie Bravo, 98, where you at? Twin Munoz, the weather sucks. Where you at?
Oh, hot. Ugh.
Hot. We have
where's everybody at right now?
Yeah, where's everybody from? Before our guests come on, where's everybody from? Give us a shout out from where you're at. Most definitely got Virgil stopping Stan. Okay, Ray. Okay. Oh, Ray. Hey, Ray. You're finally joining my show. Okay. Thanks for being in the chat, Ray.
Let me tell you, Ray.
I know, Ray.
A handful on Facebook.
Ray,
he needs to join Twitter. He needs to join Twitter.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Does he? Huh.
He'll fit in just fine.
Yeah, really. Orlando. Okay, so. Oh wait. I think, where am I going? I'm going somewhere in July.
Well, no, that's like.
I'm going. Where is Disney World?
That's 5 hours away from me, Orlando.
Is that Disneyland or Disney World?
Disney World.
Okay, I'm going there in July in Orlando. Yeah, I'm going to Orlando for a week. Okay. Riding Yoga says people are underestimating how great this Ortiz and Stanonis fight is going to be. Man, I'm excited. I'm not.
I feel like people have been talking great about this fight, and they're excited.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, especially after Virgil's layoff, after being sick and everything, it's like and then Stanonis is no like walk in the park. So this is really gonna be good. Yes. Crystal, we love you. Johnny Bravo, North Carolina. I mean, Ronnie Bravo. I always say Johnny. I'm sorry, Ronnie. North Carolina. I like North Carolina. I've been there before. It's nice. It's very nice. So you're gonna be hot out there. It's okay because what I'm saying, I have a pool and I'm gonna be in it. Trust that. I'm like,
so do you want to talk about the fights this weekend before the guests come on?
Yeah,
it was J-Rock and Adames.
See, I missed that one. I didn't see the Showtime. I saw DAZN. I saw Berlanga
Berlinga.
fight.
Okay. And
Yeah, so
Quinton.
you talk about the Showtime fights. What were your thoughts on
Okay.
that?
So
Because Bud called it who was going to win on the
yeah,
show.
he did call J Rock getting beat by Adamas. He said Adamas is a solid fighter, and that J Rock, has been in too many wars, and he didn't think that he would be able to withstand Adamas. And there was a lot of controversy. I don't know if it was a lot, but there was some controversy of the stoppage of the fight. I mean, one could say that it was a little bit like stopped too soon, but I think everybody kind of agreed that he was still the same outcome was gonna happen.
Yeah,
J Rock was losing the fight, so
So do you think that the stoppage was like saving J Rock? Like, you know what? Don't you want to like live another day? Did you feel that?
We could say that, yes, but him as a fighter, like you don't want to be that.
Sure.
Like you wanna fight to the end.
You take it out of
and his trainer Breadman was like going off on the ref, calling them all the time. Like they weren't happy, and I get it, but I just didn't see. I don't think that J Rock was gonna do anything to change the outcome of the fight. So maybe the ref kind of just save you some extra couple of years in your life, man. Thomas was whipping him to the last. He was whipping him. He was whipping him. He was whipping him for sure. Absolutely. He calls one of our guys. So this is
okay.
One love to the Queen of the Ring. Yeah, not good. Okay, yes. Please go subscribe to It's Boxing to You. It's ITZ Boxing, the number 2 and the letter U. These guys are from Omaha. They talk great boxing.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Mwah.
Yes,
absolutely.
Thanks for tuning in. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Please go subscribe. Want to get their subscribers up.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna let me look it up.
The thing that I didn't like is, see, I like Breadman. I think he's a good coach. And then it was like, was Breadman exposed? Is Breadman really the coach that everybody thinks that he has? Really? Like, because of what happened, like one fighter. So did everybody say that about Derek James when AJ lost? Did everybody say that? Oh, is he really? Is he? You know what I'm saying? I mean, there have been great coaches who have had losses. That's part of the game. That's how you learn. That's what you do. So I really didn't like that. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, people are so quick to I don't understand why people don't realize that a loss in boxing is not the end of the world.
Absolutely.
Because, this big fight that we have coming up with Terrence Crawford and Spence, one of them is gonna get an L, and it's not gonna be the end of the world. Sometimes you take L's in boxing and you still are considered a great boxer. Like, people gotta get over that shit.
And speaking of that fight, our first guest, top of the hour, Quinton Randall, aka Quick Draw. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How y'all doing?
We're doing great.
So good. We are doing so good. We thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to have you on.
No problem. So, glad to have you.
Are you back home?
Yeah, I'm back home for the next couple of days, and I'm going to Vegas.
Okay, you're going to Vegas. Okay, so you had a fight on the 17th.
Yeah, June 17th.
Yeah, June 17th. And then immediately went into camp. Can you please talk to us about that? Because that's crazy.
I've been in camp for so long, for at least the last 3 months. I've had a lot of fights fall out on me. So I've been in camp for this fight. I've been in Vegas for the longest. So I was out there sparring, getting ready. And then I knew I had this fight June 17th. My first opponent pulled out. And then but I never stopped training just in case. I was just hoping they found a replacement, and they did. They found a replacement a month out. So that was still plenty of time. So yeah, after that fight, I got on the Showtime card.
Right here, right? This one right here?
Because of Earl.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, so I looked it up on your.
Shout out to EJ. Absolutely. And that's what I was going to talk about. So it's like you fought on the 17th. You were going to come on before the fight, but then the fighter fell out. So we're like, you know what? We'll just see what happens. And then they found a replacement. And then right after that, you went straight to Dallas.
Yeah, right after the fight, I fought. I was already in camp with him before I had this fight. I sparred him the week of my fight. I sparred him Monday.
The week of your fight. Wow.
Yeah, I sparred him Monday and had to fight Saturday. And right after the fight, I was back out there Monday and sparred him Tuesday.
That is freaking impressive. And see, this is the thing. This is the thing that people don't understand about the business. So, in my opinion, you should be a lot further in your career that you are, because you are fucking talented. And I've said it before on many shows. Saw you in the amateurs. People criticize, oh, you started late and blah, 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 whatever. But you should be a lot further than you are, in my opinion. And then you get one of the guys that is at the top of his game, and he's going to fight another guy at the top of his game, two elites, and he's calling you to come be one of his sparring partners. You know, people don't realize the magnitude of that. They really don't. So talk to us. How does all of that come about, and what do they see in you? Which, I mean, I know, but what do they see in you for them to say, you know what, I need you for this camp. I need you to help prepare him.
Well, Derek James has seen a lot of me from being Jamel Charlo's sparring partner. I just helped Frank Rivera get ready his last fight when he fought Michelle Rivera. So I was his sparring partner for that one. Then I have Oceanique Foster get ready to fight Ray Vargas. Mm-hmm. So I've been working, even though I haven't had the fights. I've been in the gym. I've been in the ring. Just haven't had the fight. So Derek James has seen a lot of me. So I told him, man, if you need me, just let me know. I'll be down there.
I love that.
And when I left Vegas, I didn't go straight to Dallas. I left Vegas to go to camp, even though I'm still in camp, to go help Montana Love. So I left Vegas and went to Cleveland. So I was in Cleveland for 2 weeks sparring Montana Love, and then Earl them called me. So I quit the Cleveland job to go help Earl.
Look at that.
Wow.
So I ended up sparring 4 times that week. I sparred Montana Love 3 times that week. I sparred him Friday. I flew home that Friday and drove to Dallas that Saturday morning. I sparred Earl that very next day, like less than 24 hours later. So, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history. Absolutely. No, I think that is like so fucking impressive and amazing. Like, and that's what I'm saying. People don't know the behind the scenes, the business of everything, all the negotiations of the sparring partners, and you can't just let everybody in your camp. Like, you know that you can't. There are moles, there are whatever. And you can't. So for you to be trusted like that and to be such a talent like that, I mean, that says a lot about you. And I just cannot wait till you fucking get your chance to like prove to the world, you know, what you're made of. Cause we see it. Those that know boxing fucking see it. That's for sure. But part of this interview, we're going to play some games because we like for people to get to know you on a personal level, so they can relate to you and not just the business part of it or not just the boxing part of it. And so, Nika, I think, I don't know, you want to start it out?
So it's kind of like a game that kind of like keep going from when we did the Crawford interview. So I want to paint a picture of someone that's in your life, and you can just give us some thoughts on the first thing that comes to mind when you see this picture. So, Coach Collins.
They're my coach, yeah.
Yeah.
White man.
You want to tell the folks a little bit more about the white man, Coach Collins?
Yeah, me and my coach like family. Like, we like family. We be on the same page.
Yeah.
With a lot of the stuff. Like, I know when I got somebody protecting me as far as the business aspect of it, he don't let nobody run no game on us. We ain't never signed no crazy ass contract because he reads thoroughly. I guess that's the white in him. They read everything. They read the fine print, the small letters. So we ain't never put ourselves in a bad position as far as contracts goes, and Like I say, he like family. Like he taught me my fundamentals. He taught me the basics, and we still growing together though. At this point in our career, like we're growing together because I went on the USA team. I traveled the world. I've been around a lot of things, so I add my own style, my own twist to his style of boxing, and we just grow together.
See, I love that you're saying that about how y'all grow together, because people expect fighter and coach, like fighter to be already there, coach to be already there, but it's like you do truly grow together, like the mistakes, the successes, and a lot of people don't know that. So I'm so glad you said that, because I say that too. Like with some of my guys, I'm like, no, we're growing. Like I didn't know this before, but I know it now, and so now we can continue on. So I love that. I love that you're saying that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have a new son, pretty
Yes.
new, yes.
From what,
And
since the last time you were on, you gave birth, because we had to.
I don't remember the last time I was on. Was it last year or early this year?
I think
I think it was earlier this year. If I want to know how long.
I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that you always pay tribute to your sons. You are such an amazing father and family man. And anytime that you're in the spotlight, you always shine on your kids. And I totally respect that too, because that's part of your character. Where does that come from?
I honestly don't know. Let me get me wrong. My dad was in my life. My dad played a major part of my life. My dad has always been there. But me being away from my son, I did 2 years in prison. So I was there when he was born, but then I missed the next 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So when I got out, I had some catching up to doing. I've caught up. I just wanted to be a role model for my son, change the narrative, and not be a statistic. And I did that. So when my son passed, that's left a void. So when my new son got here, me changing diapers, me feeding him, walking him in a stroller, I've never done any of that. Never. So all this is new to me. And I've been praying for this experience for so long. Wow. Even when my son was here, I just couldn't wait to have another kid because I know I missed them first 2 years are pivotal. Like you see him crawling, walking, first word, you see everything. You as a parent know. So I've been desperately praying just for the opportunity, and I have it. So I thought nothing make me more happier than being a dad. Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Do you think you're going to be one of those boxing? Are you going to be a boxing dad? Are you going to push your son into boxing?
All my boys and girls are going to know how to box. Whether they choose to box or not is completely up to them. I'm not going to force them to do it, but they're going to know how to fight. They're going to know how to defend themselves. And so, and they want to do it. They want to do it. They want to be a doctor. They want to be a goddamn grass cutter. Whatever they want to do, I'm going to support them, but I'm not going to make them fight.
I love that. I think that's amazing. It really is. That's beautiful. It really is. It is. So talk to us. So you have another fight coming up, as we have here. So, I mean, you're just ready to go right back in there. Like what is your, I don't know if I asked you this last time, but what is your short-term goal and what is your long-term goal? Because I'm curious. Like I see that I watch you, I see what you're doing. I know the talent that you have, and I'm just like, give him a shot. What is the short and the long-term goals?
My short-term goal at the end of this year is to knock my opponent out July 15th. Get impress PBC to where they want to bring me back and dominate the rest of the year to where I can lock in a contract with them, and then make the quick draw era begin.
Okay. We're gonna put it out there in the universe. Well, God.
Yeah, long term. Shit, I want to be a 4-time world champion in 4 weight divisions. Reach the Hall of Fame.
I like
that. So I have a question for you as far as because I can't remember if we asked you either. Before you went into training with Errol, were you rooting for Errol or for or for Bud before you went into this camp?
You don't have to answer that.
Yeah.
It was nothing. It was nothing but respect for both parties because I know them both.
Yeah.
I know them both. So I was like, hey man, may the best man win. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. May the best man win. But since Earl called me to camp there, I'm leaning more towards Earl because he opened the door for me. So it'd be stupid of me like don't bite the hand that feeds you type shit. So
Yeah,
Absolutely. I respect that. That's true.
yeah.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you. That's absolutely right. Absolutely. We had Bud on here, I guess, 2 shows ago, and same thing. We're not going to bite the hand that feeds us. You know, he came on, he had a good time, but honestly, both of those guys, they're at the top of their game. I mean, as a fan, I'm like, what?
This is
Christmas?
like, yeah, this is a
Christmas in
Super Bowl.
July.
This is a Super Bowl of boxing.
this is
Absolutely.
this is the best boxing has ever been in any point of history.
Absolutely.
We started off the year with Benavidez, Caleb Plant. We went to Tank,
Yes.
Ryan Garcia. We went to Loma Chica,
Oh,
Devin
the
Haney.
man's right there.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
coach.
Hey, lady. We got the NOA Fulton. We got Crawford.
Yeah,
The
Spence.
same week. The same week.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the year, and we only in July. We still like the more big fights are
Exactly.
being made now. Other people are going to be just like, I got to top that fight. I got to fight somebody on that level so I can make history along with these guys. So shout out to Tank and Ryan for opening the doors for everybody else.
Yeah, speaking of, so I know Ryan was talking about I'm moving to Dallas, and I've seen him like around Dallas sometimes. He come and visit, and you know he said he always loved it. So did you get to see him in camp? Did he go down, or was he not there yet?
No, he wasn't there yet. I was down there with Anthony Joshua.
Okay.
And some
Big boy.
Dallas, Anthony Joshua, and some football players and some rappers.
Right. Yeah. Star-studded events, and you're like, here I am. Let's go. So I have like some fun questions. So I wanted to ask you, just top of your head, really quick, Nicki Minaj or Cardi B?
I like both, but I like Cardi B more.
Okay.
The Bronx. The Bronx.
Okay.
I don't care what no bitch said. I stay on her mind. I got
podcast.
condos.
Shut up.
See the coach. I look how the coach is chiming in. Oh Lord. No, but it's so great to see how you guys are like getting all these opportunities back to back. Like, some of the doors were closing, but you had other bigger doors opening like right after. So it's awesome.
Absolutely. And I don't know. Maybe Coach can answer this. I don't know. I saw him fussing about something. It was a post, I guess, a couple of weeks ago. I don't know what he was talking about. But the biggest gripe in boxing for you right now, something that you could change, what would that be?
All these goddamn titles.
Yeah.
I think that's everybody's answer, right?
That's it. And all these, and I wish it wasn't so many different promoters. I wish everybody was under the same, like how the NBA is. Everybody's under the same. NBA, the NFL is everybody's under the same. If everybody was under the same, then everybody would fight everybody. Like how Dana White has UFC.
Absolutely.
We wouldn't have to wait this goddamn long to get these legendary fights, but that's
Have you heard about
boxing what it is.
The Combat Sports League? It's kind of like a lot of boxers that are doing the Combat Sports League in between fights.
I seen it. That's not my style of fighting because a lot of them dudes in there, some of them got skills. Some of them are actually good fights. Some of them some cold shit.
Yeah.
And it's the best that they city have to offer, and they paying them good. So hey, they making a living feeding their family. Then I'm not mad at them, but
they're providing health insurance.
But that one round, it's like, I gotta go more than one round. Like that's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
it take me about 2 or 3 rounds just to get warmed up. Like I can't. I'm not a fighter that goes out there and just go for broke in one round. That's not my style.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so
that's exactly what I've been thinking. And then Errol had a really good point when he was talking about. He was asking the sanctioning bodies, like, where is this 3% going? The 3% that we're paying every time we win a belt, a title, like where's this 3% going? Like, what did you think about that whenever he asked that? Nobody's there to do that.
Andre Ward mentioned this a few years back, about a year back or two. So he mentioned it. I'm glad Earl mentioned it too, because we need to know, because they taking each sanctioning body is taking 3%. So whoever wins this fight, 12% of their purse is gone.
Ugh.
That's a couple million.
That's fat.
That's crazy.
I
need
mean,
to
I
know
understand, that they have employees, they have whatever dinners, the Hall of Fame stuff and all that stuff and conventions. I understand that. But that is a lot of money. It is.
And WBC has so many different belts now that they charge you per belt, like WBC silver and some of us don't even think about shit like that because we just want to be a world champion so bad. We want to go down in the history books.
Absolutely.
And I'm one of them fighters. I'm one of them. I'm not gonna lie. I want to be a world champion so bad that I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you're like, I'll pay that 3%.
I'll pay that 3%.
I'll pay that 3%.
Yeah.
To become undisputed, I'll pay that 12%. After that, you can take these motherfuckers. I'm undisputed already. Like, and you can strip me at that point.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I ain't gonna be giving you that many millions per fight. Like, you can strip me at that point. I already won it.
Exactly. You're already the top of your game. And I think that's where he's at. He's like, you know what? Like what's going on? Like, I've already done a lot of the things I wanted to do. Like, what is it? So yeah, I get it.
Did you? Because we tried to find the opponent's name, but do you know the opponent's name that you're gonna be fighting on the 15th?
Oh yeah, I actually know the opponent. His name is Willie Jones.
Willie Jones. Okay.
Okay, Willie Jones.
So yeah, so everybody tune in on July 15th is on the undercard of Frank Martin on PBC on Showtime on July 15th. And how should we expect this fight to go?
Me with my hand raised at the end.
All
However form that may come.
right.
Absolutely. Your skills, your sparring partners, all that together, yeah. You're gonna definitely have your hand raised for sure. Absolutely. Jamar Herring said, I fought Willie twice as an amateur, tall and rangy dude. Okay. All right. Tall. What do you mean by tall though? Like what's tall? What's tall? What's tall to you, Jamel?
No, he's taller than me. Willie's taller than me. I sparred Willie before. He's taller than me.
Okay, that sounds good. So tell us, any last words, any shout outs, anything you want people to know about you or just about the sport of boxing?
Nah, I want to give Showtime a shout out for having me on there. Give Earl Spencer a shout out for putting me on the card. I appreciate that. And shit, every promoter that passed on me, Top Rank, The Zone, every promoter that passed on me, everybody that told me no because of my age, I'm gonna make you regret that shit.
I know that's right.
I know that's right.
I know that's right. Absolutely.
That's a great
motivation
to go into the fight with. Yeah.
You definitely have our support. And I thank you so much for coming on. And we're definitely going to have you on again because whenever you are world champion and undisputed, we're going to be like, remember us? Can you come on again?
I got you. I'll be back.
Thank you so much. Give Coach a hug or a fist bump for us.
I got you.
Okay. Talk to you soon, champ.
All right.
Okay, bye.
I
love him. He's great.
Right.
And Coach Derek, he's awesome too. That was good. And he is so freaking talented. Like, man, people just don't realize.
That's a quick turnaround to have another fight. So that's good that
it's like the
boxing want to stay busy.
In camp sparring and then fighting again. But it's like in the beginning, that's what you got to do. It's like you got to do everything that you need to do to get where you want to be. It's just, I mean, I'm rooting for him. I remember the first time, I mean, I've seen him, in the amateurs, but I remember the first time I came up here, he was in camp. And I think I brought it up the last interview that we had of him. And I was walking down the hall. He's like, "Oh, you all tatted up, ain't you?" I was like,
"Well,
okay.
Somebody has said it was a messy question, but I put it up there, but I didn't want to ask.
Oh, about who's he going for?
It was boxing, pound for pound, Jack. He said, my question to Quinton is the left hook and jab landing on the right eye.
I know.
I know he wasn't gonna answer that. Anyway.
Yeah, and you were.
He's in there.
I was like, I saw it, but I was like,
he's not gonna give away.
I'm not going to ask that because we're not going to ask about that.
They want to know how old he is. How old?
I know he's in his 30s. I'm not sure, but he was locked up for many years. So I mean, he doesn't have damage. Like he's you know, there's some guys that started really young and have been in the game for a long time and they get a lot of damage, but he's not one of those guys. And that's why a lot of promoter, 32, thank you, writing you. A lot of promoters wouldn't look at him or sign him, even though he's so freaking talented. And it's a shame because that's the business. It's like all the top guys are calling him for sparring because he is that damn good. And he is, I believe in the amateurs, he was ranked number 1 in 2 different weight classes. If I'm pretty, I believe he was. So somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, exactly, Jamel. I'm rooting for the guy with the gloves on. July 29th.
Because he's cool with both of them. So
yeah, that's safe. I mean, me too, but you know, it is what it is.
So we're gonna have Shane Mosley Jr. soon coming on as a second guest.
And I owe him an apology.
You know, if I was to go back and like apologize for all the things I said about boxing, but you know, I'll be here.
Well, see, the thing is this started weighing on me. It started weighing on me. So I was like, okay, if it weighs on me, then it's legit. If it doesn't, I'm like, forget about it, you know? So it's not even, it's fine. I love both them dudes. I'm not even going to avoid questions after the fight. Okay, because guess what? We're definitely going to invite you on. So remember that. What do y'all think about Charlo versus Canelo? You know what, Boxing and Barbecue? I'm honestly not even thinking about that right now. Like, there's so much excitement.
We're thinking about the fights that are already made.
Yeah, I don't know, but you know what? Ask him in a couple of months. Seriously.
But I think that he's one of the names of the 3 that were offered to Canelo.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
In the deal that he got with PBC, so we'll see. Hopefully, I know because people have been talking about that fight for a while, but
yeah,
now everybody should just be excited about the Spence and Crawford fight on the 29th.
Let them know. Let them know. Jamel said maybe you two will see me on the rematch card later this year. Hint, hint. Oh, okay. Well, then we definitely.
Christina Poncher probably will not be happy about that.
She won't. She's like, "Where's my sidekick?"
Yeah.
Exactly. But you know what? Whether you are or not, like I said, here's your home. Get up on here. Let's talk boxing. Absolutely.
Yeah. Also, I was talking about. Well, I talked about the J-Rock and the fights. You want to? You know, see, we like people that are on time, and look who's here right on time. All right, so we have Shane Mosley Jr. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you. I'm Christine. I have Micah down there on the bottom.
Here. How you doing?
Good.
Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so
much. Of course.
I was just saying that whenever you come on, and I'm just putting you right on the spot because, I mean, this is just a laid-back show, and that's what we do. But that I owe you an apology, and I'm going to tell you why I owe you an apology.
Okay.
So the first time I ever saw you and talked to you, and you're not going to remember this because it was a long time ago. It was in Spokane, Washington. I think it was like 2015.
Okay.
I think it was. And so my son was also fighting, and we met you, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's so nice. You were so personable. And then, you know, people would ask me, well, what do you think? Like, what do you think about him? Is he going to make it? Is he going to do it? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if he is. And I publicly said, I'm not sure. I'm not sold. But then recently, you have been impressing me, not that I'm anybody, so much, you know, with your last few fights. And the biggest one for me was whenever you fought Gabe Rosado, because everybody knows he is a freaking die on the shield, like go-getter. He's not going to stop coming. And you impressed me so much. And then after that, and then your last couple of fights, I've been like, okay, yeah, I see it. I see
Thank
it.
you.
So
Thank
I
you.
apologize for the previous comments that I've made that I wasn't sure. But now I'm sure.
That's great. You know, I like to be pretty stoic when it comes to stuff like that. I feel like as an athlete, you have to be stoic. You have to kind of take things for what they are at that particular time and figure out what your goal is so that you can move forward towards whatever goal you're trying to hit. So if it doesn't necessarily serve you, whatever, right? And also too, like, wins don't always serve you either, because a lot of times people get complacent when they, you know, have wins and they feel like, okay, yeah, I've gotten to this point. You know what I mean? Like, it was so funny. Right after my last fight, Bernard Hopkins was like, be in the gym on Monday. Promise me you'll be in the gym on Monday. Sure enough, I sent him a video of me and my coach on Monday, and we were back at it on Monday. You know, and like, you know, we're not working on anything particular as far as like an opponent, but we're back in the gym working on footwork. As you can see, I posted my stuff on Instagram. You know, just letting people know, like, look, like, and I said it, right? Like, success is not by accident, right? This is, you know what I mean? Like, repetition and failing over it and not being afraid to fail. That's one thing that I love about myself. My dad used to always call me Rockhead growing up, because he was like, you're so stubborn, and when you have your mind made up, you'll just keep on going, no matter if you bump or bump your head or mess up or whatever like that. And like I tell people all the time, I even told Ballard after our fight, I said, look, man, if you want to keep on going, keep on going. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't even become a world champion. Still, even though I beat you, it doesn't matter. Like, take this, get better, and get to that championship if that's what you want to do, right? If you want to do that, it doesn't matter, bro. Like, see where the mistakes were. Let's get better and get after it. So
even in that fight, it's like, so I saw something like I had seen before, but like I saw so much heart. Like, I mean, there was moments where I was like, shit, you know, but then I saw this heart and this just like driving you. And I was like, wow, that was freaking amazing. In those times where you feel like, you know what? Okay. That was a good shot. You know, I got what goes through your mind? Like, what makes you just pull through and like keep pushing?
Well, you know, your game plan, the work that you put in, and just believing that what you thought or what you believed at that particular time is going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, I just knew that what I was doing at that particular moment was going to work. And I believe he was because we had went to, I think, Colorado in 2012 for the reload. And I believe he was there at the reload.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? He had more fights than me and everybody. You know what I mean? Like, nobody like thought much of me and, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, he was known. So he'd known me, and everybody kind of just like always just assumed like, oh, you know, it's just Shane Mosley. He's just being here for his dad, and he'll go, like, he'll blow over, you know. And I think that in the first 2 rounds, I did well. I saw what I needed to see as far as being able to hurt him, being able to implement body shots, being able to implement my my controls and things like that. And I saw, okay, I'm gonna get this. Like, in those first 2 rounds, I was like, oh, I got him. I'm gonna break him down. I'm gonna knock him out. The 3rd and 4th round, he came back. So he came back, and it was almost like back up. Like, you know, you're doing what you need to do. Back up. I'm trying to defend this. I'm gonna stop you, or at least put a, you know, put up a wall.
He played those body shots, and I was just like, ooh, you know, but.
Yeah, and you know, he did those things, but I felt like it was like a last stand. Mm-hmm. And so eventually in the 5th round, I dropped him at the end of the round. And in the 6th round, I knew that it was going to be the same thing. He's going to fight me off. And my coach and my team didn't know this. So they didn't know that like, this is what I was thinking. But going into the 6th round, I was just like, look, I'm going to let him do his things. If I, you know, see options to, you know, see holes to to get my body shots in or things like that, I'm going to take those shots and just let him kind of burn himself out, because like I could feel him weakening. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was able to get him down in the 5th round. I know that I can get you down again. So I was just like, let me just poke holes. Let me just make sure that, I break him down. So when it's time to go, it's time to go. Sure enough, he fought me off in the 6th round. Everybody was like, oh, Shane Mosley's losing focus. He's this and that. And I'm, even my coach, was like, bro, what the fuck you doing? He came in, what the fuck you doing, bro? Like, get him out of here. Like, all right. Like, all right, that's my plan, but all right, I got you. Here we go. And sure enough, like, so like in the 7th round, he started, like, when I would hit him, he started trying to grab me. And that's when I started pushing his head down. So the first time I pushed his head down, the referee, said, hey, get off his neck, Shane, get off his neck. So I was like, all right, I got you. Sure enough, I hit him again, and he put his head down. So I pushed him down, pushed him over.
That's on him at that point.
Bam. Right? But that's what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
Floyd Mayweather, the greatest, all the great fighters have done it, right? You give me that opportunity, you give me your neck. What am I going to do? I got to push it down.
Yep.
Imagine if you're fighting and then you have to do a deadlift in between the fight and then keep on fighting. It's very, very difficult. You know what I mean? So the more and more you can get those opportunities, the better. And he had given me that opportunity. I knew it was going to take a toll on him, especially already I'd hurt him and things like that. I just taking advantage of that. And so I had a lot of things. There's a lot of positive things, but for me and my team, I looked at it like, okay, there's a lot of things I need to work on, especially going into the elite level, going into the championship, those top guys. It's going to be nothing like I've ever faced before. So I have to do the things that I've never done before and continue to grow and become better. And be the best that I can be. So, like I took that as like, yeah, it was good. It was a good start, or, a good introduction to, letting people know that I'm here to go get a world championship, and then unify again, and then
I love it.
I have a question for you, because you were on one of my favorite shows, The Contender.
Yeah.
I love that show. Yes. So I want to know what made you actually do the show, because
Yeah, funny enough, I actually used to train like clients over at a gym called Wildcard West. Formerly known as Wildcard West, is now Churchill Boxing, and they had like a lot of different clients that would come in, and then because Peter Berg is one of the owners of the gym, there's a bunch of other owners, but so there's a lot of like high class guys that come in there and stuff like that. So there was one guy that was a producer. His name is Eric. Can't think of his last name right now, but anyways, he'd come in and was taking one of my classes, and he was like, "Hey man, so just saying, if we ever brought back the show, The Contender, is that something that you'd consider? And if so, well, he said, what do you think about the this show with The Contender? I was like, oh, it's great. I loved it. I wish they would have something like that again. He said, what do you think about what weight would you want them to do? I said, well, I'd want them to do my weight, of course.
Duh.
You know what I mean? And he was, and then so, a couple of weeks passed by, and then he was like, hey man, so they're thinking about doing that at your weight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come find out they're doing it at your weight. You know what I mean? Like, and then he's like, would you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. And then, it's so funny. We go through the process. I go get, all the interviews and all that stuff, and I'm getting to it. And then, like, I get to, like, this point, like, literally, like, I'm about to go on the show. And, like, I start to have, like, doubts. Like, I start to have, like, am I doing the right thing? Like, is this the right thing to do? Like,
I always wondered if boxers regret doing The Contender, because the losses do count on your record, right?
Well, the thing, Well, this is the thing. This is the truth, right? And I was very forewarned. Everybody on the show was forewarned, because you film for 6 weeks, or there's like 6 to 8 weeks, something like that. And then so you're on set, or and you're away from your family. You can't have your phone, none of that stuff. And then obviously the show has to air, and then you
After
guys
the
fight.
fact,
Yeah, you fight at the last one, the finale. You fight that day. So, but it's like a year time, essentially.
Okay.
So, with that being said, you essentially, if you fight and you lose the first night, you can't fight all the way for that whole entire year. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. I didn't know that. Wow.
yeah. So the thing is because because you're essentially on the show and you can't ruin the integrity of the show.
Yeah.
So because if you're fighting, they know, well, he lost.
But he
so
lost.
so I'm not gonna root for him no more. He already lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but
pressure.
yeah. So and then we had like a structured pay like for each fight. So if you fought the first fight, because it's the tournament style, everybody in the first thing got a certain pay for their fights, and then they got a certain pay when they won. Right. So like you fight to, you get this amount to show, this amount to win. And then the next bracket, you fought again, and then you got a structured pay, and then a structured pay if you won. And then you got the semifinals. There was, 4 guys essentially. Then you got a certain pay, and then a certain amount when you won. Right. And then you also got to fight for the finale money.
Yeah.
Fight for the 250,000.
Yeah, so
So
I didn't even think about that, because that's a lot to think about to sign on the show. Because
trust me, but like if like let's just say you lose in the first round, you've only made X amount of dollars for the entire year. And you cannot fight for the entire year.
That is
So
crazy.
you could be ended up, I'm not gonna put nobody on blast, but you could end up with like not a lot of money.
Yeah, for the whole year. Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the whole year, you only fought one time. And it wasn't grand money. Like now like getting to like where me and Brandon Adams got, okay. It's a good year. It's not a bad year. You know what I mean? But if you don't get there, it's not the greatest of years.
That is a big take.
So like it was definitely a gamble. And obviously I didn't know the caliber of people going in. But my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, she was just like, look, babe, like this is what you want to do. Believe in I refer to God as Yahweh. Believe in Yahweh. Believe that he has your back, and this is your plan. And this was his plan, And so go and do it. Trust him. You ask him.
Tell you who's gonna be in the show, and you don't find out until you actually get on set that first day.
Exactly. And when you come to find out, there's killers on the show. There was a lot of great talent on the show. There was a lot of great talent. We had a stacked thing, and that was still to this day is one of the highlights of my career. I was definitely one of my greatest experiences. I think that it definitely gave me a stamp of validity to the boxing world, at least a nod, like, wow, okay, he got that far.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you kind of answered one of my other questions. So, now your wife, I was going to ask you have a beautiful family, by the way.
Thank you.
Your wife, kids. So now I know her level of support, but so what are your kids like? What do they think? When you have a fight, do you let them go to the fights? I know they're young, or do you just tell them, hey, daddy's gonna go do his thing? Like what is the conversation in the house?
Yeah, so I didn't let my sons go to the fights or anything like that. I Would let them watch the fights afterwards and things like that, but I wouldn't let them go. I allow my oldest son to go now. He's 10 years old now. And so I told them they can't go to the fights until they're 10 years old. So
Okay. That's fair.
So now my oldest son is able to go. So he was at my last fight. And so that was his first fight he had ever been to ever in his life. And, I got to win a championship. So it was pretty great.
Yeah. That's
But yeah, I don't like them going to my my fights and things like that. Even my son, like he's 10 years old. He's aware. He's seen fights before. He boxes himself. He was crying and stuff like that, and I was winning. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I can only imagine if I if I wasn't,
yeah, exactly.
So we have a question here from Twin Munoz. He wants to know, how many more years do you think you will be boxing, and is Nico Ali Walsh fight something that you would like later on down the line?
Look, I commend Nico Ali Walsh. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's a young talent. I feel like if he continues to keep the mindset of growth and continue to go through all of the very hard expectations of fighting, I think he's going to do well. Where he ends up, and if that fight makes sense, obviously, if it makes dollars, it makes sense, right? Right now, I have the mind to become a world champion, and then I have the mind to become a unified world champion, then the mind to become undisputed. Right, that's my goals. Now, if he's in that conversation along the way, absolutely. Then afterwards, or he's in the championship caliber in order for me to fight him, absolutely. But I'm not sure how long I'll be at 160. Long enough to try to obtain all those titles. But it just really depends. I'm 32 years old. And your body starts to want to go up in weight at certain ages. You get to a certain age and it starts getting that much harder to lose the weight and stuff like that. So we'll see. But hopefully, the sooner the better I can start trying to obtain those titles, the better, because
age is not always on our side. So yeah,
exactly. Time is a finite resource, and you have to utilize that time to the best of your ability. So again, I think he's a great fighter. I would love to do those things. I think it would be really cool to have the grandson of a legend fighting the son of a legend. I think it would be
absolutely
really cool.
That would be that's a good story right there already. Yeah.
But if it doesn't make sense, like me fighting him now would make no sense. You know what I mean? If he's not on my level, why would I give him that opportunity when there could be other people that are there? I've told even Fernando Vargas Jr. I said, man, hey. I said, look, man, how cool would that be? Our fathers fought and we fought. That can make a lot of sense and money sense later on down the line. But we're not on the same level right now. If we're on the same level right now, that'd be a cool fight to make. Right. Mm-hmm. But we're not. So when the time comes, I'm not pushing it away. I think these are all great fights. Even, Costa Tszyu and Tim Tszyu, I think eventually he's at a higher, ranking than me. So it wouldn't necessarily make sense as of right now. But later on, if I become champion, he's champion, maybe we can meet somewhere down the line. That'd be really cool.
I like that.
Do you want to call somebody out right now?
Do I want to call somebody out? Look,
yeah.
I think I have called everybody out, right? Like IBF, WBC, WBO, WBA, right? I won all those belts. I won all those belts. At least 3 people have 3 of the belts, right? The IBF is going to be fought for Saturday. So, obviously I want the winner of that. I particularly, if I had a choice of which one first, it would be Erislandy Lara or Danny Garcia, whoever wins their fight. Okay. That's what I would want.
Because somebody said they want names and you already said the names.
Pay
You just
attention.
said,
Pay
Cam,
attention.
said,
Pay attention.
names. We want names. Well, you just said some names. You want it, like bro. Yogi said, you want all the smoke.
Right.
So
Line
we
'em
were
up.
playing a game with a couple of our guests, and it was just to bring up a picture of someone in your life, and then the first thing that comes to your mind when you see this picture of someone special in your life. So
That was a great fight.
yeah.
That fight changed my life.
Changed your life? Okay.
Changed my life. Absolutely. That was the fight where my dad beat Oscar De La Hoya for the first time. And, I went from my dad being just a world champion to being essentially a legend. Like that put him in legend category, right? And he from then on was a different scale of fighter, right? Because you can be a world champion, but like guys like Gervonta Davis doesn't need the championship. He's surpassed that level, and only certain guys get to there ever, right? And that fight right there put him in that category.
Absolutely, it was. So, do you remember the first time?
That's a good question. She wants to know: did your dad allow you in attendance at his fights?
I was there in the back, but I did not have a seat. So I was there when he got back. We heard the announcement, and we were like ridiculously excited because me and my two cousins are like brothers to me.
Do you remember the first time you mentioned to your dad, like, "Hey, I want to box"? Were you really young or?
I was
10?
15. I was 15.
15.
I told him I want to box. I started late. I always thought that. Yeah, I always thought that like I didn't want to do it, and I but then once I did, it was just like one of those things where it was second nature. You know what I mean? Like always, because I was always around my dad, and always had his always around his mindset, always around his work ethic, always around like things like that. Like he was always like in the gym, he was always working out, training, and when he was back, he'd be watching fight films or stuff like that. So like I always understood like that sickening work ethic and was around that. And, I think that's the difference between like, that's one of the reasons why I feel like I can sustain where I'm at, more so than other people because of his work ethic. And so that also, I think, helped kick in once I became a fighter myself. I was able to see, okay, this is what he does. This is how he does it. And I want to do that too, because I was always around it.
I have a question for you, because did you ever get, like, when you were in school, did you have kids, that wanted to fight you because you were your dad's son? Because everybody was like, hey, yo, I just beat up Shane Mosley's son. They want that name when they in school.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's always disrespectful people out there. And people that want to do that. I feel like, the only difference like nowadays is like people do it, behind the screen. At least back then, people would do it at least to your face. So, they had more balls to do it to your face. So, but yeah, absolutely. I've had a few people that used to talk, kind of crazy or stuff like that. So it was good, but I don't like bullies, so I'm not afraid of a fight. So
I don't know. I think I asked the guests before you, but they want to know, would you allow your children to participate in boxing?
Yeah, my son is actually my 10-year-old is actually a fighter. He had his first fight at the title tournament. Really, really funny because he was actually announced as the loser, but when we looked at his book, they put on his book that he won the fight. So
we'll take it.
Yeah. So it was really funny because I actually hit up the not commissioner, the guy, the official. And I was like, hey, man, what's going, what's going on? I sent him a screenshot and everything like that. And he was like, oh, well, I guess your son actually won. I was like, why would they do that? The announcer probably just got it wrong. I was like, oh, that sucks.
That happens. Definitely happens. So, and what were you thinking? Like, whenever you see him get punched and stuff, like, what was going through your mind?
It's very similar to when I used to watch my dad fight.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, you get more nervous because you feel helpless, right?
Out of control, yeah.
Absolutely. So, that's the hard part, because you feel like you can't protect them and you can't do anything about it if something goes wrong. So that's the hard part.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have one last question for you.
Of course.
July 29th.
Yo.
Crawford or Spence?
Crawford.
All right.
Okay. Why?
I see something in him that I feel is, I don't know how to explain it, but I just see something within him that will see the openings and be able to take advantage of the fight. And when the time comes, he will be able to, I believe that he'll be able to take advantage of that. I mean, I'm sure that you guys have saw the clip of, when they're telling him in the corner when he's fighting Sean,
you're down.
Right? Now listen, I'm not saying that Sean Porter and Errol Spence are the same fighter. I'm not saying that, just because of that, he's gonna win the fight. But something changed. But that muscle, just even to have that muscle, right? To be like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I got you. Like, not even like 40 seconds later. 40 seconds later, it's over. Like, what?
Yeah,
like,
crazy.
You know what I mean? And we're not Sean. Like, I've sparred Sean personally. I know Sean. His work ethic is ridiculous, and Sean is a animal, bro. Like, so to be able to do that to that guy,
right,
of all guys, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not some scrub. Like, this is a real guy. You know what I mean? Like, and able to just be like, all right, I'm getting you out of here. Is unheard of. Now, again, that's not just to say, like, okay, just because he did that, he won, right?
Right.
But just to be able to have those things, be able to have all the little intangibles that he has, being able to switch, being able to just be mean in certain areas, and be able to fight. Like, he fights in the danger zone a lot.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and maybe a lot of fight fans won't know what that means, but you're putting yourself in harm's way, and you're fighting, like, throwing bombs in the middle of shots. It's very, very dangerous, and just to have that awareness, that understanding, even that belief to think that I can do that, and I'm gonna be straight, like, is just something else. You know what I mean? It kind of reminds me of, like, Marvin Hagler, or, the Tommy Hearns, like that type of thing. And, I also believe that Earl is the same way. So I think that we're going to get a throwback fight. We're going to get an incredible fight. I just feel like,
you get
in my opinion, that Terrence is going to have the edge come fight night, and not a huge edge. I think it's like 51-49. You know what I mean? Something like really, really tight, and it's going to be a great fight.
Are you going to be in Brooklyn for the Lara and Danny Garcia fight? Because I think you should. And I think you should, like, be extra and call, do.
I think it's a good idea. I think I probably should make a trip out there.
Make that
unfortunately, there's kind of already dibs on the next fight. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens.
That's okay. Put your face out there. It's okay.
Yeah.
Let him know.
Maybe I could help surpass that.
Yeah.
Because Danny wasn't supposed to get the fight anyway.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Michael Zarafa.
Go in there,
and so he got stepped over as well. So maybe I could step over him too.
Exactly.
Yes,
go there and make some noise.
Keep going. Keep going. So we thank you so much for coming on. Like, it's been so fun, and we hope you come on again. We always have fun on the show. We just love to just talk boxing and you know what's going on, and so I appreciate you so much.
Oh, absolutely.
And before we let you go, though, any shout outs, any last words? What do people need to know about you?
Well, I mean, I think that they need to know that I'm going to be the next middleweight king. I'm putting it out there into the world. I'm gonna be world champion. Then I'm coming for all of the belts, and I'm gonna be undisputed.
Absolutely, we love it. We love it. You heard it here first, guys. Hopefully, first, right? Maybe
First.
Yeah.
Okay, first, right here. Nika, anything you want to let the champ know?
No, I want you to make a scene in Brooklyn. Lara and Danny Garcia fight. Make a scene. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Lara wins. And so I mean, Danny's a good fighter, and I think that I would love to fight Danny Garcia. I think that'd be really, really cool. Yeah. But fighting Lara, I think is probably going to be what happens. But it's fighting, so we'll see what happens.
Absolutely, show up. Show out.
All right, for sure.
Thank you so much. You have a great night. God bless you and your family, and we hope to see you again real soon.
All right. Bye-bye. See you guys.
Bye. He's so awesome. That was great.
Oh, yes.
That was great.
We had two interviews in one show
tonight.
It was
great. Oh, my gosh. That was really good. Both were great guests and lots of fun. Very talkative. It helps. It helps.
Yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, and shout out to our chat. Oh my gosh.
Yes. No, the chat always has good questions too. So
great questions.
I be having questions sometimes like right here on my iPad, but then when I see better questions in the chat, I'll say, hey, let me get a question right here.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Well, thanks, my girl. And I'm counting down the days. Thanks, Ray. Oh, thanks, Ray. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Writing Yogi. Oh, thank you so much. I am Cam.
I am Cam Edwards. He's from the show.
I am Cam Edwards.
Please subscribe to It's Boxing to You on the YouTube.
Yes, thank you so much.
If y'all wanted to.
Thank you, Twin Munoz. We adore you too, Writing Yogi. We thank y'all. We love y'all. And I'm counting down the days until I can be with my girl in Vegas.
Yes.
On the 29th, we going to look. Y'all gonna see us act a fool. Just saying. I'm gonna have
I always act a fool, but
I mean, yeah. Thanks, Colbert. Thank you, Colbert.
I want to say because I know we're being watched, but I just want this booger. I'm not even gonna say their name.
Yeah,
to know that the draft was sent to me today, so you will be getting that paperwork, my guy.
There you go. Absolutely. No, not August. July 29th, twin. We going to Vegas. And my guy, Gonzo's going to be there. We're going to do some little shorts, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 fight night in Vegas. So y'all are going to get like a little short, a little movie short of the day in the life of your favorite girls, Women Crushing It Wednesdays. So, yeah, twin, we hope you can be there too. We love to love y'all and thank y'all so much. And we'll see y'all next Wednesday.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.